And there I was, all alone, stranded. No food, no one around for thousands of miles.
Hello.
Bitch, you fucking up my story with that big ass nose. Fuck it. Start the show.
Meze.
YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Matt, aka Mr. Gamer here, aka I'm a dog like the shotty, aka my lyrics really dope, so I recorded them and I'm bringing you the brand new series in the first episode of MezeCraft. I know a lot of y'all been asking about this and when it was gonna come out. I've had this name, planned out for a while, and it was something that I had, was planning to push out. And I think the time is finally right to go ahead and put this out right now. Basically, what this boils down to right here is, you're gonna get some, some real life personal stories, from Meze the Gamer, with some Minecraft gameplay of a survival, And I'm also gonna try to bring some different gameplays out, maybe some different modes or something like that later on throughout the series or whatnot. And I'm actually going to try to push these out like once a week or maybe every other week. Depends on if you guys really like it or whatnot. If y'all want to, me to continue to push this out. Also, keep in mind, if you have any other ideas or any type of videos or thing you want to see, let me know. Like I said, I've also been playing a lot of FIFA lately. I've been back with GTA doing the heist and whatnot. I've been doing some gameplay like that. I've also been doing some live streaming, trying to get back into that. So make sure y'all follow my link out for my Twitch stream and all that. I'll try to do some live streaming at least once a week, maybe mainly on the weekends though. That's what I'll be doing, either like a Saturday night or like a Sunday afternoon or something like that. That's what I'm trying to play my streaming events. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, as you can see what the title says, this story takes place back in high school. I was kind of like 15 years old, so this is about 10 years ago. Keep in mind, I am a little older than you guys. Some of you guys are, just become a freshman in high school, or you're in high school, or some of you are like middle school. Maybe you haven't even made it to middle school yet. I don't discriminate no age though, as long as you support what I do. And at this time, I had been rapping already. Like I said, at age 15, I probably had been I had already recorded my first track. I said that my first episode of Just Being Meze. I think that was the first episode. But anyway, I had recorded tracks. We had like our own little producer at the time. It was a friend of ours that, he had made beats. We would go to his house. He was like, hey, I made these beats. So y'all guys throw down something to it. Record a few tracks and whatnot. And I think I had recorded like a couple tracks and I put them on a CD. And I would have my CD player at school and whatnot. Keep in mind, MP3s probably wasn't even hot like that. They probably were just beginning to become hot. Like I said, keep in mind the story is a little old. So I would be on the bus, listening to my music. A lot of people would listen, would bring CD players, on the bus or whatnot. And, they would listen to all types of music. So I would listen to my own music, to see what I could, to do to improve my flows or whatnot, and improve my writing. So I would be up there listening to my music. I had a friend, that also rapped with me at school. And like after school, we would have like little freestyle sessions or whatnot, little ciphers. We would, we would go to his house after school. We would put on beats and we would freestyle whatnot with a couple other people. So me and him, we were basically, like rappers. So we're on the way home from school one day, and there's this guy sitting in front of us, and I'm listening to my music. I got my headphones on. I'm zoned out. I don't even think maybe I wasn't even listening to my music at the time that day. I was listening to something else. But I had my CDs. I had brought a couple CDs with me to school and whatnot. And my homeboy was sitting beside me. He didn't have his music at the time, so he was there was a guy in front of him. He's like, hey, he asked the guy in front of him. He's like, hey, what are you listening to? And he's like, yo, I'm listening to my own music. And I record and stuff and whatnot. I'm a rapper. And he was like, oh man, we be rapping too. He's like, oh really? I got some stuff I can hear right quick. And he was like, yeah, you got the CDs with you? He asked me to have my CD with me. I was like, yeah, man, here, take a look at it. Take a listen to this. I was playing his, he played mine. He played a couple songs off mine. He was like, yo, man, this is dope, man. I got a studio at my house. You should come record some songs with me and stuff like that. And at the time, I didn't have a studio. Like I said, I had to go to my friend's house at the time. I really didn't have a setup or nothing like that at the house. So, I'm playing his music back, and at the time, I could tell that he had just started, rapping. You could tell when somebody, has, just, started doing something. His flow wasn't like the best. He kind of offbeat a little bit, but his lyrics was like, pretty good. So, I was like, yeah, man, we could do something. I'll come to your house, after school or something like that one day. We'll set up a time and date, after school, and we'll record a few tracks or whatnot. So when we got home that day, my friend was asking me, he's like, would you do a track with him or whatnot? And I was like, I wasn't really feeling his flow like that, so I could tell he just started rapping, and I was, telling him, I would still do a track with him, so maybe we could learn off each other, something like that. And he had a studio at the time, so I was like, why not? So the next day we come to school, and we're on the bus, we're leaving, going home or whatnot, and the guy's like, hey, saying, hey, y'all want to come to the house today? We could drop a session or something like that. You always have that one friend, at school that's just gonna blurt something out, try to start something. Kind of instigate stuff like that. And he's like, no, man, we ain't going to your house because my friend said, he don't like your music. Told him straight out like that, and I'm like over here like, like, what the fuck, he just comes out and tells me this, like, right in front of his face. You know, me being me, I couldn't just say, oh, no, you know, I was lying, like, you know what I'm saying, I am feeling it. You know, I wasn't going to be, you know, lying or nothing like that right in front of the guy. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of really not at the time, you know. I feel like you need some things to work on with your flow. And this dude just blanks, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, man, you know what? Fuck that, man. You don't like my music? You know, I'm going to battle you then. You know, just dude's going crazy. I'm like, damn, dude. I mean, it's not that serious, you know. I mean, it's just, you know, it's criticism for me. You know, it's my opinion, how I feel, you know, so don't take it the wrong way. So this dude's just going off, you know, so I'll battle you right now. I'll battle you right now. You know, so I'll go home, I'll make a diss track about you, and you go home and make a diss track about me, and we'll come back to school, and we'll see who's got the best one. We'll see who's got the best. I'm like, this dude is going off. And I'm like, whoa, dude, chill. You know, but me being me, I wasn't going to back down. I was about to say, nah, you know, because, you know, if you're a rapper, you know, so somebody calls you out, you know, you can't just back out like that. And at the time, I wasn't about to back down. So I was like, you know, I'll do it. You know, so I didn't have a studio at the time. I was like, you know what? You go home, write your raps. I'll go home and write mine. We'll come back to next school. We'll do this live, you know, right here on the bus. We'll have this 8-mile thing going right now on the bus. We'll have some judges and whatnot. But he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do it live for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable doing it live. And like I said, at the time, I didn't have a studio. And he's like, nah, man. He said, you a rapper. Go home and do it, your track like that. So the next day or whatnot, then this guy, you know, I guess he went home and recorded his track that, you know, saying that night, because the next day he was listening to some stuff. He was letting his homeboys hear it, and they were over the gas, and I was like, oh, man, he killed you. You know what I'm saying? He looked at me, he's like, man, I told you he wasn't ready, you know what I'm saying? So I guess he had went home and recorded his track already. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? He must have went home and, you know, went off, you know what I'm saying? He must have took this to the heart and was like, just went crazy on me. So I was like, oh, no, I can't go out like that, you know? So I went home, you know, I told my mom she should give me a ride to my friend's house. I was going to stay at his house that night. And, you know, so she gave me a ride down here. So on the way to this guy's house, I'm writing the whole way down here, you know what I'm saying? I already had some of the verse started or whatnot. So I'm writing, I get there. I had a few instrumentals that I had been writing to already. But when I got there, it was like a sync problem, like with trying to put the songs on his computer or whatnot. So he had some beats that he had made. He's like, here, man, just throw on this beat right here. And I ran the beat just straight, you know, just straight bars coming at this guy. So the following Monday when we got to the school, I met my friend, you know, like the auditorium or whatnot. He's like, yo, man, let me hear the track. You bring it with you? I was like, yeah, I got it right here. He was like, you know, and he played it back. He's like, yo, man, this is some of the dopest stuff that I ever heard you done. You know what I'm saying? It was like straight, you know, straight bars coming at this guy, you know what I'm saying? Straight battle bars or what. Now I wasn't holding back, you know, because like I said, I felt like he had got me, you know, because his friends was gassing him up like, yo, he killed you. I'm like, oh, man, I can't let this happen right here. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know, if I'm gonna be known at the school for rapping, you know, I can't let this dude kill me like that, you know. So in the bus ride home that day, he's like, "You got your CD, you got your disc or whatnot." I was like, "Yeah." So what we did, we swapped out discs. He played his, I played mine. I was like, okay. Then we passed it around to a couple other people, you know. Say I passed it to his friends, he passed it to mine. Basically, I won, you know. Even his friends was telling him like, "Yo, you got him," you know. And I was letting everybody hear, you know, saying nobody really, you know, said, oh, man, he got you on that one, you know what I'm saying, like that. Everybody was, like, more lenient than me. So, basically, you know what I'm saying, I won that battle, you know. I took that W, he took that L. You know, come to find out later on, like, I guess he took it a little personal or whatnot. He didn't just accept it like a battle or nothing like that. I heard he had dissed me on a few tracks later on, and I ended up dissing him. You know, it became like a little mini high school rap beef or something like that. Some 50 and Ja Rule shit, I guess you would say. But nothing, you know, never got personal or nothing like that. You know, sometimes people can say things in a song or something like that, and people would just take it the wrong way. And it could blow out of proportion, and stuff could happen. You know, being that young age too. You know, some people, you know, they take things to the heart. You know, they just want to fight or something about it. But you know, not me. I don't really take things personal like that when it comes to music or nothing like that. Like I said, it was just like a battle thing. But that is gonna do it for this story, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I will be bringing these out at least try to do like once a week or maybe a week or something like that. If you guys enjoyed it, if y'all want to hear more stories, I'm gonna be thinking of more stories if y'all guys want to hear also, and I'll be posting them later on in my, you know, Facebook or Twitter like that, you know what I'm saying, to see which one y'all guys want to hear about. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Rape Noobs, I love you.
Boy, why you raise too much? Ain't my fault that you ain't that clutch. EM1, yeah, this game too high tech. Laser hit your body, who's next?